Hey there, my friend. Welcome to the Leadership Table with Chad Reyes. Today, we're going to be talking about the future of leadership and how AI is shaping decision making. We use this methodology at our coaching company called Awaken, Empower, and Equip. And I want to give context around it because it's going to really drive a lot of our conversation today around the use of AI. But Awaken, Empower, Equip is this. We want to awaken people to their potential. We want to empower them to say, I want to accomplish that potential. And then we want to equip them with the tools necessary to fulfill that potential. And the reason why that is so important in the context of talking about AI is that if people don't realize what's possible with the use of AI for their organizations and for their leadership, then they're not going to be empowered and equipped to want to use it. And today, what I want to do is I want to just talk about the use of AI to drive leadership, to help you be a more effective leader. But to be a more effective leader, I think it requires one or a few things, actually. It requires us to define what is an effective leader. And I love John Maxwell when he says a leader sees more and before. Because as a leader, if we see more and before, then our job as a leader is to navigate that path. And I just want to share with you that I don't know where you are in your journey around artificial intelligence. I don't know what your beliefs are around artificial intelligence, but I can say with a high level of definitive confidence that it is the future of where business is going. This is not a fad. It's not going to be here today, gone tomorrow. It is the future of leadership, and it's the future of business. It's the future of where we're going as a society. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is this: as a leader, you have to embrace and see where it can be utilized to grow your organization. Now, my wife and I, we talk all the time about how AI is technology, and it still needs people. We as humans have this level of intuition that AI just doesn't have, and the ability to connect at a heart level that AI doesn't have. But we have to understand that if we're not using technology in a level and a way that it should be used, we actually give our organizations a competitive disadvantage. Now, I'm going to share with you a couple of things today that I'm hoping is going to be equipping, that you could use to equip you and your organization to really use AI to make better decisions. And the first thing is, we talk about at our companies, we talk about something called the business model alignment. Business model alignment, our BMA. And what the business model alignment really is it's broken down into two parts. It's broken down into heart plus smart. Now, what do I mean by heart plus smart? Heart plus smart is this. It's that the heart part of it is where we connect with our people, where we're able to tie in the purpose, the vision, and the values. That's the heart. But the smart part is where we take giftedness, the strengths of our team members. We take strategy and metrics. And when you combine the heart and the smart, what's possible for your organization, what's possible for your leadership is through the roof. Now, I want to tie that now, our conversation today, I want to tie it to how does AI help impact the heart side of our BMA and the smart side of our BMA. So I'm going to unpack that right now. Purpose, vision, and values. You see, when we use artificial intelligence, and it has, and we, one of the things our team has done is we've created custom GPTs on ChatGPT. So we use the team ChatGPT, we use custom GPTs that has our language of our firm. And when we utilize that, it allows our team to refine our message. It allows us to be clearer on what the purpose is. It doesn't, you see, the thing about AI is it's not going to put purpose into your life. It's going to help you communicate purpose. Think about what I said. I don't believe technology gives you purpose. I believe God gives you purpose. But I believe technology allows you to refine it. It allows you to be more effective with it. It allows you to drive innovation. But we have to have a vision for where we're going. We have to have an idea of where we want to go in the future. And I'll say this to you right now, that purpose, vision, and values are so key. Because as you start using AI to help you refine that, what wasn't possible yesterday becomes possible. You want to know the thing I know about leadership and the thing that I know about business is that when you see something that you never saw before, what wasn't possible now becomes possible. Hear what I just said. When you see something that you never saw before, that wasn't possible, now what is possible becomes possible because you saw it. I'm going to give you a case in point. I'm going to give you a real example right now. In 2019, my wife and I, we connected and met with John Maxwell. John has become a friend of ours, a mentor of ours. And up until 2019, I was trying to figure out how to do some of the things that we wanted to do in our life. And then all of a sudden, we got an environment where what wasn't possible yesterday became possible today. And from that moment on, the things that we started doing changed because we had a vision of where we wanted. We had a clarity of what we wanted to accomplish, but what we didn't see is someone doing it at that level. My friend, the use of AI is allowing you to see things that's possible without you knowing how to do it. So really, as you use AI and as you dive in, it's really this whole process of test, fail, learn, improve, re-enter. Test, fail, learn, improve, re-enter. Test, fail, learn, improve, re-enter. Because the truth of it is, I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, the world is going in that direction. The question becomes is, are you going to be going in that direction? I want to share with you a cute little story. My wife and I were in the car with my mom, and we were I think we were coming back from church. And I just want to put it in perspective. And we were having a conversation around AI. Now, I have a 76-year-old mom. We're having a conversation on AI, and she doesn't have the ability to, she doesn't understand technology at that level. But she said to me, isn't it going to impact people's lives and livelihoods? And I said, yeah, there's that possibility of it. Yep. But then we had this whole conversation, and I don't miss this one because I want you to hear this. My mom and I asked her a question. I said, Mom, how much do you pay for a pound of chopped meat? She said, $6. I said, okay, $6. I said, if the supermarket down the block was charging $18, don't miss what I'm about to say though. If the supermarket down the block was charging $18 a pound for the same chopped meat, would you buy it? She said, absolutely not. I said, why? She said, because I can get it for $6, the same quality chopped meat. I said, okay. I said, if that's the case, I said, then people who are not using AI have to charge more because of their inefficiencies. Hear what I'm saying? If we're charging $18 and the market is saying it's only worth $6, how long are people going to pay $18 when the market says it's only $6? Not very long. You know, AI, it allows us now to connect the smart part, right? And the smart part is where we talk about giftedness and strategy and metrics. And I just want to share with you from my heart about the use of giftedness, the use of tools, and then using AI to say, how can team members make a greater impact in what they're doing? Strategy. Listen, AI could be like having the greatest MIT assistants next to you. The greatest MIT assistants. I heard someone share that AI has an IQ of 155. Above 130 is considered like world class. So when we're using AI, it allows us to be greater leaders because it allows us to make better decisions. I say this often that executives, CEOs, they pay their people to bring them good information so that they can make good decisions. That's the power of using AI. It allows us to make better decisions. And one of the things it allows us to do is it allows us to gather data and information and we can use it. Now, I want to be very careful with saying this is that you have to make sure you find the right tools with the right privacy and all. So I don't want you to walk and just say like, hey, just I can use any AI tool. You got to do your due diligence. As a leader, it's your responsibility to do the due diligence. But I can tell you this, that it will help drive a lot of strategy and the things that you want to accomplish in 2025. You see, AI can increase innovation. I mean, there are times where I'll go in and I'll say, what is going on in this industry? Where is the industry going? And how can we add the greatest value to this industry? And then it allows us to start getting ideas. So this starts generating ideas and innovation. Or it allows us to start leaning on the competency of the artificial intelligence. Because I don't know about you, but I can tell you that there's a lot of things that I don't do well. And AI allows me to be more competent in the areas that I don't do it well. One of the things we did with our teams is we have a ChatGPT Teams subscription license, and we've offered it to our team members. And then we're now working and using it to be more effective for the impact of our organizations. How do you do that with your teams? How do you do that with your leaders? It really is so key to embrace it. And in one of our previous episodes, I shared about thoughts and beliefs. How thoughts and beliefs impact everything in our lives. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is I want to talk to you today about our thoughts and our beliefs around artificial intelligence. Because our thoughts and our beliefs around it will drive our behaviors and ultimately impact our results. I'm a big believer that leaders see more and they see before. And I'm just going to share with you what I mean by that right now. And I'm talking in general context. I'm not going industry specific at this moment. But I truly believe that right now, if you ever look at the adoption curve where you have the innovators, the early majority, the innovators, the early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, and the laggards, right? I believe that we're in the first 5 to 12.5% of adoption at organizations of the use of AI. Which means that there's a lot of opportunity moving forward because before we get to full adoption, there's the early innovators are the ones that can really be able to utilize it to accomplish bigger dreams, accomplish their vision faster, take over more market share. So I'm a big believer that the next 24 months is really important. If as leaders we see more and we see before and we're able to get our team to be our thoughts and beliefs around AI as to embrace it and how to use it, I think it'll be a very powerful tool to lead more effectively. It helps make better decisions, right? But I want to give you this 4 phases of AI process that we use, okay? And I can tell you this, that for about a year, we were talking and utilizing AI, but we were struggling because people were resisting it. And then we finally refined it and said, why are they resisting it? They're resisting it because their belief system around it is that it's going to replace me. So if I resist it, then I'm not replaced. And not realizing that if you resist it, you're guaranteed to be replaced because either that company won't be in business, because it can't compete in the market at the price that they need to charge. So really at the end of the day, my wife and I and Elijah on our team started looking at how can we get people to embrace it? And part of the embracing process is phase 1, which what we call is awareness. It's bringing awareness to AI, what it is, how we got to even where we are today with AI. Most people don't realize that AI didn't start yesterday or November 30th, 2022, which was the official time, the official day that it took over the imagination of people with the launch of ChatGPT. That was November 30th of 22. Most people don't realize that that wasn't when AI began. AI began many years ago, and it showed up in different ways. Hey, Alexa, think about that for a moment. See, these were all tools that trained models that led to ChatGPT being launched, and now where we're going with the whole AI innovation. That was a process. So the reason why I bring that up is I think it's so key that people are aware of how we got to where we are today. How can this tool be beneficial? Forget about replacing me. How can it be beneficial? How can it be an asset that's going to help me? And building a whole AI awareness. One of the things that we talk about, and one of the things that we do for organizations, is we do a read, write, and create. It's a process that we use where we'll go into companies, we'll go into organizations to help them lead more effectively. And what we'll talk about is how can we use it to read more effectively? How can we use it to write more effectively in everything we're doing in our business? And how can we use it to be more effective with creating and innovating? So the power of awareness is so key. That's phase one. Let me give you phase two, is people productivity. You see, once people are aware that the tool can really help them, what's in it for them is now they want to move to, how can this help me be more productive with the things that I do on a daily basis? How can I do more and become more valuable to our clients, to our teams, to the organization? But without awareness, which is phase one, then phase two becomes very hard because there's a resistance process. So when you move to phase two and people start saying, how can AI improve my productivity? That's where you start seeing changes in your business, changes in the leaders that are on your team, changes in the impact that the use of this AI technology can make. Then let me give you now phase three. Phase three is where it starts improving systems and processes, where you start looking at how can AI drive systems and processes efficiency, not just people productivity, but actually driving systems. How do we turn our website where it could use AI to help automate things and help drive some innovation there and help create more automation around some of the things with AI-driven technology through it? How do we use our CRM system? How does that show up in our finance area of our business model? You see, the greater we can start looking at how can AI improve this, the greater as a leader, what we're going to be able to do is stay ahead of it. I love this. I often, when I'm talking about AI, I often share this story. And it was many years ago. You're probably familiar with the name Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky was the Michael Jordan of the NHL, for the simplest way I could put it. And after one of his games in, I think it was the late 80s or early 90s, they wanted, the interviewers were interviewing him, and they said, Wayne, what makes you so much greater than all the other players? And he said this one thing. He said, one of the things that I typically do is I'm going to where the puck is going, not to where the puck is. And the reason why that's important is this. Let's just say that this cup is the puck. And I'm traveling and I'm skating. If I'm skating towards the puck, when I get to the puck already moved. So now I start skating towards the puck. And as I get to where the puck was, it moved. So all I find myself doing is literally chasing the puck. What great leaders are doing right now is they see where the puck is, but they also see where the puck is going. And rather than going to where the puck is currently in the business world, great leaders are saying, I see where AI is going. I see where it's impacting society. I see how other organizations are starting to use it. And they start skating to where the puck is going. And you want to know what happens? When the puck meets it, they're there at the right time. That's why leaders see more and they see before. Leaders are able to be real clear that they can see it. Now, that doesn't mean that they perfectly timing it. It doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate. It means that they're being intuitive and they're able to guide their people where it's going. Every company and every organization we're working with, we're talking about right now, the need for AI to be built into their model. If you're not leading with AI, if you're not making better decisions because of the use of AI, I'm going to share this, and I hope you listened to I hope you heard the message on loving and leading well. Because right now I'm about to have a loving conversation that could challenge you. If you're not using AI, you really have to question the viability of your business model over the next 5 years. I'm not saying that to be rude, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying that to be very honest and really dealing with the reality of where we are in the world that we're in today. As a leader, I really want to encourage you that you have to embrace it if you're not using it. And if you are using it, kudos to you, because you're going to start seeing so much more impact. You're going to see your teams leading better. Because you know what good leadership does? Good leadership produces better results. You don't just lead to lead well, you lead so things get better. Production gets better. Results get better. People's lives get better. There's greater path for where they can go in their careers because you're leading well. And I just want to say to you, AI is going to be the greatest disruptor, but it's also going to be the greatest opportunity. I often, when I'm doing leadership talks or leadership speeches, I'll talk about these 7 letters, N-O-W-H-E-R-E. N-O-W-H-E-R-E. And then I take the word and I separate the know where. But then I put them back together and I take the now here and I separate them. That's what AI is. It's now here. If we as leaders are able to see the opportunity is now here. We can grow our organizations. We can make greater impact. We can help our people lead more effectively. If we're leading our people and we're loving our people well, and we want them to have the greatest opportunity for future success, they got to learn the skill sets of how to use AI, how to be able to prompt, how to be able to use AI to create greater innovation. My friend, I want to thank you for spending time with me. I hope that you found this to be inspiring, but also challenging, because you remember, our goal today was to equip you with some ideas and tools that you should be able to use to help navigate that. And I want you to drop a comment in the chat box below. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from today. So drop it in the box below, put your biggest takeaway, and just tell me what you're going to be doing in 2025. Like, my biggest takeaway is XYZ, and I plan on doing this in 2025. These are the things that encourage my team and I to want to continue to just invest back into leaders to help them reach their full potential. So, hey, God bless you. Thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you on the next episode. You're listening to The Leadership Table. I am so excited that you've joined us. Hey, listen, you want to join us in future episodes where we're going to invite some of our greatest friends, some of the greatest leaders we know, to share all about their leadership journeys and just add tremendous value to you and your teams. Hey, listen, drop a comment below on your biggest takeaway, that what is impacting you the most. Like it. Share it with those people that you know need to hear this message, and subscribe. And hey, listen, turn on the notifications. I just want to thank you, because you are making a difference. As you help us, we help you, and we just divide the work and multiply the impact. My friend, Thank you for joining us on the Leadership Table.